Hello YouTube, welcome back to my channel and welcome to the new year. This is the first video I've made in 2021. It's actually the first video I've made for a few weeks now. Over Christmas I was a bit busy with work and training and dieting, and there wasn't a lot of time to talk about new things really. So I've got time now to talk about a little bit. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to just talk about how my year ended. My goal, did I reach it, and what I think about that, and then a bit of a plan for next year, what I'm going to do, and we'll go on from there. So last year my goal was to reach £168, so that's about 76 kilograms or 12 stone. So the reason I've chose this goal is one, it's like a nice round figure, 76 or 12 stone. So but also it's sort of realistic because there's a few cyclists who are about my height who got the sort of physique I wouldn't mind having, not too skinny, big legs, and they're sprinters. So around the 6 foot mark in height, 180 centimeters, and they are about 76 kilograms, some a bit lighter, some a bit heavier, so about 76. That'd be good. And then when I get to that weight, I can see what I'm like, and then maybe push a bit further. So I got down to December, and the lightest weight I did see was 171, I think, pounds. So about 3 pounds over my goal. It's possible I could have made it if I really, tried to almost kill myself. The last couple of weeks of the diet training plan were getting harder and harder. I was following a time trial training plan on Zwift, and as the weeks got harder, the intensity went up, and there's some sessions where I just couldn't complete them. I did the training session, but I had to reduce the power setting because I just couldn't get the maximum power sprints which is asking for. The reason with this was because if I was training early in the morning, like 6 in the morning before work, I was fasted, so no carbs in the morning, and even on an evening or an afternoon training session, I was on low carbs, 50 to 80 grams of carbs maximum, with only 50 grams of them come from sugars. So trying to stay into like a keto sort of phase, and it's just not enough energy. I was getting energy sourced from fats, so nuts and mackerel, but to do a high intensity training session is not enough carbs, not enough energy. So the training sessions weren't as good as what they could have been. At the end of an hour you feel pretty tired, and to do 2 hours it's quite hard. I couldn't have eaten any less if I tried, really. The only thing I could have done is exercise more on the 23 other hours of the day, but because it's winter and when I'm working, and because of COVID restrictions, with my lifestyle at the moment, I couldn't possibly do any more activity in the other 24 hours of the day. So the only thing I could have done is just starve myself, or it got down to the last couple of days where I could have woke up at 3 in the morning to do another bike ride. There's a couple of days I was thinking, shall I go on the bike ride? I brought the goal forward from the end of the year to Christmas Day because I knew that at Christmas I was going to have a meal and drinks and enjoy myself a little bit. So the cut-off date was Christmas Day morning, and there's actually about 174 probably. I could have, on the 23rd or 22nd, starved myself, and I could have got up and did a fasted 2 hour session and sweat loads, but then I probably would have seriously put myself in danger of hurting myself. So I thought, well, what's the point of losing another pound? I've gone this close, I'm not going to lose 2 pounds or 3 pounds overnight, so there's no point of pushing myself too hard for the last week. So I just accepted that I got close to my goal, but not quite. Also, because the training plan finished actually on the 25th of December, which was lucky because last year I did a time trial from my house. It's roughly 10 miles to a turnaround point, and then comes back. There's a roundabout at a Tesco's supermarket 10 miles away. So I think it's like 19.4 miles altogether, but there's nothing in the way. All there is from my house to there, there's a ride through my housing estate, come up a little main road, a straight road all the way there, 2 big roundabouts, and then come back. I was actually slower this year than last year, which I was a bit disappointed in, because I thought this year I'm fitter, I've trained harder, and I'm roughly 14 pounds lighter than last year. So even if I am weaker, 14 pounds less, power to weight ratio should have been better. I'm thinking, no excuses, I'm thinking, because I look at Strava, how fast I was last year, I'm thinking last year was a bit warmer, so the air pressure probably. Last year was a bit drier, so I know this year is a bit dodgy, the ground is a bit wet, there were some floods and mud and sticks and stuff on the road from a few days before, so I know I was going a bit careful. When I got to the roundabouts, I was going a bit taking it easy around the corner, and on the way back you could see that my speed went quite well on the way there, and then it went down on the way back. On the way out, it's slightly downhill, and there was no big tailwind giving me help, and I was going about 23 miles an hour there, and then the turnaround point on the way back, so I didn't have much energy, my carbs were depleted because I was on a low carb energy diet, and then it's slightly up, not a lot, but it is up, 10 miles back, but there was a headwind, so I was going a bit slow then. So I averaged about 20 miles an hour, a minute or a couple of minutes slower than last year, so not a lot in it, but I think it's due to the weather, the wind, and the energy, reason why I didn't do it. But my legs were hurting for a few days after. I think the reason why, even though I am fitter, my VO2 max is better, my heart rate's better, I am fitter, because my leg has gone smaller, I'm not as strong, right? So when it comes to sprinting, with real big energy surges, I can't do what I used to be able to do, but that takes it out of me. So my plan for next year, the next coming up year is, so I got my body weight down to roughly where it wanted to be. It went up for Christmas, and it's now slowly coming down again. But for the next couple of months, instead of concentrating on just diet, I'm going to concentrate on building power. So I'm going to introduce some squats, some leg exercises, some core work to keep the body tight on the bike. So a little bit upper body work just to balance out, but also to hold my body on the bike. Flexibility, mobility, and then power and stuff. So hopefully then, with the base fitness level I got now, add in the strength, I should be able to get some better sprints, and when I'm at high intensity, that high intensity won't, at a percentage of a maximum, will be less. So basically I'll be cruising instead of hanging out. That's my goal. So I probably will put a bit of weight on, I'm guessing, because if I'm having extra carbs in, extra protein in, and I'm building bigger leg muscles, I probably will put a bit of weight on. But possibly I could burn some extra fat. As you grow extra muscle, your metabolism might increase, so I might naturally just burn that extra fat. It might kickstart a little fat burner. So I don't know. I'm not sure how that will go, but yeah, the goal is to add extra strength, add extra power, get a max power back up, but not concentrate too much on weight. I think last year I aimed too much on losing weight, and I just lost focus on the actual performance gains of fitness. So that's a little brief finisher offer from last year, introduction to next year, and I'll catch you soon on the next video. Okay, subscribe, follow, and see you soon.